What is up, guys? This is Ryan from the Indie Music Academy. If you are with me, make sure everything is going well. Drop a hello in the chat. I'd love to see your guys' names pop up just to make sure that we're all connected and we're good to go on tonight's Ask Me Anything. This is our third stream in a row. We've been hanging out on Friday nights, just shooting the breeze, talking music marketing. Hey guys, how's it going? We got Sharia, hope I said that right. How's it going? Slang, Lance, thanks for coming on, guys. I really appreciate it. And yeah, we are going to just answer your questions and fix this. There we go. We're going to answer your questions. We're going to talk music marketing. We can even talk about production. We talked a lot about production last week, actually, so that was super fun. We talked about what kind of microphones to buy. So yeah, if you guys want to just start by letting me know how your week went. It's been 1 week since we hung out, and it's, man, this week went by so fast for me. I don't know about you guys. The first week of like this quarantine type of thing, it just went so slow. But now I'm almost getting used to it in a weird way. But let me know how your guys' week went, and then start cooking up some questions, because this is your time to just shoot some ideas around, use my brain. We can talk about whatever you guys are working through right now, whatever songs you're trying to release or music marketing strategies that you're trying to implement. Let's talk about it. Let's work through it, chop it up. So we got a Gifted Touches in. Hello, how's it going? Thanks for coming on. Justin, good to see you. Slang, yeah, you've been good. So good to hear, man. So good. So yeah, start cooking up some of your questions and drop them in the chat, and we'll get going. But just to kind of catch you guys up on everything that's going on with the Indie Music Academy, I've been still working on the 30 Days of Action series. Let's see, the last video I released yesterday, right? So you guys have been eating that up. Hopefully it's been helpful, and we still have a ton more videos left to go there. I have a couple in the bank that I'm going to release soon, and so hopefully you guys are really enjoying learning about the fan journey and just eating up the 30 Days of Action videos. So let's see, we already got some questions, which is great. Guys, keep cooking up those questions. We'll get started in about a minute. And what else has been going on? Yeah, just been working behind the scenes, getting some stuff ready for you guys. Have you guys heard about my indie growth community yet? If not, something really special is about to happen. So if you have not heard about that and you are not on the wait list to get the notifications for the indie growth community, I highly recommend getting on that list just so you can at least stay informed. So I'm going to drop that link in the chat really quick for those who have not heard of the Indie Growth Community yet, which is the music marketing community that I run, that has the sole purpose of growing your guys' fan base. That's what we do every single day of the week. So I'm going to drop that. It's the waiting list right now. You can't sign up, unfortunately, because the doors are closed, but pretty soon, something really special is going to happen, and I want to make sure that you hear about it. So let's get going into your questions. It's good to see all you guys dropping in. If you just rolled in, go ahead and drop hi in the chat. I'd just love to see the names of the people who are in with us today, and let's get going with your guys' questions. So looks like right away we're diving in. How to approach ads. Which social media platforms are the best to advertise music? That's a really good question. And what's up, Jamar? Good to see you. So approaching ads, I'm going to give the answer for me, and then I'm going to give like a more universal answer. Actually, I'll switch it. I'll give the universal answer first. So the platform that you want to run ads on should be the platforms that you already have the most content, you're the most comfortable with them. And of course, you have to understand the ads manager, because that's a big, it's a big barrier for running ads for a lot of artists. So Facebook ads are the most, popular, widely used, probably one of the simplest in some ways, also hard in other ways. And so, but the thing is that the ads manager itself, the actual portal that you log in and you actually, dial in the audiences and everything, the Facebook Ads Manager is a barrier for a lot of people, and the challenge is that it's a lot easier to click that boost post button. You know what I mean? Like on Instagram and Facebook, if you post a video or some kind of content, there's that boost post button. Let me know in the chat if you guys have actually ever clicked that button really quick, because I want to gauge how many people have done the boost post before. But the thing is that running ads, it needs to have a lot more of a long-term strategy behind it. It's more than just clicking that boost post button. So going back to your question, what platforms are the best for running ads? Well, it really should be the platform that you're going to invest in long-term, like how I just said. So some of the top contenders for musicians are Facebook and Instagram ads, which I'm grouping them together because they're actually the same ads manager account, Facebook bot, Instagram, and it's all in one portal. And that's the one that I dive into every single day, that I use with my clients if I'm running ads for clients, and for myself, for the Indie Music Academy, for my own music. So Facebook Ads Manager is one. And there's Spotify. You can run ads as an advertiser on Spotify as well, because they just rolled out their own ads manager platform. And then third, this is brand new, and this is kind of the newest of the bunch, is that TikTok just rolled out their ads manager platform as well. So if you, for one, have a huge budget, you have a lot of time, maybe you're getting help, and of course you have to have the ad content as well. You don't just want to throw up anything because the quality of the ad is going to affect how well the ad does. So that's really important to remember. You want to have purpose, you want to have kind of this long-term vision. But anyways, TikTok just rolled out their latest ads manager, and that is also another contender. So I don't want to just tell you which ads manager to choose, or which platform I should say to choose, because it's really subjective. You know, just kind of talking to my own personal music career right now, I'm not really running any ads on Instagram right now, because it's really a matter of finding the winning ad, because you can just dump money into these ads managers and they'll gladly accept it. They'll gladly keep charging your credit card day after day to feed you that traffic. But the creative itself, right, the call to action itself, whatever you're trying to get the fan to do, really matters. And so the reason why I'm not running any Instagram ads right now is because my winning ads are on Facebook. And so, and as you guys know, Facebook and Instagram have very largely different audiences. So it's not necessarily going to transfer. And so that's just an example of how I chose the platform that I'm focusing on right now, which is Facebook ads, even though it's the same portal, but Facebook is the platform that the ads are displaying on. And if I get a winning ad that is just good to go, that I won't need to turn off, because that's another thing. You have to pay for all these things all the time. So right now what I'm doing, I'm turning ads on, turning them off, turning them on, turning them off, and using the platform that best fits your budget, your audience, all of that stuff. I hope that was probably a huge answer compared to what you're hoping for, but I hope that really helps to try to go a little in depth there for you. So let me know if I completely missed your question. I'm sorry, let me know, but I think that was kind of what you're looking for. What's up, Slang? Yeah, you hit me up on Instagram earlier asking about ASCAP and BMI. So this is actually really simple. So you cannot have ASCAP and BMI. The question, for those of you who don't know, is he's on ASCAP right now, if I remember correctly, and he wants to switch over to BMI. And so that is actually kind of a tough switch, because you're not really meant to switch and go back and forth. So you definitely cannot have both, right? You can only have one performing rights organization. So what you're going to have to do is completely remove yourself from ASCAP and start over with BMI. You're going to have to contact support to do that. And they might push back a little. I don't know. I've never actually canceled with the performing rights organization before, because they're supposed to be kind of long-term partners. So, but that's what you need to do if you are committed to making the switch. So hope that helps, man. And thanks for hopping on. Appreciate it. Feel free to ask more questions too. Let's see. We got one from A Gifted Touch. Let's see what this. We're planning a release party. It looks like we will need to find a creative way to release Virtually. Yes, of course. Any ideas? So, yes, a very relevant question to now. So, um, of course, you know about streaming. Uh, but I think the thing that is tripping me up before I could give you a real answer is what I want to know, Gifted Touch, is what is the goal of this release party? Is it to sell things? Because that could be a goal, right? To make money. Is the goal of this release party to get a database of fans, right? Build your mailing list, what have you, right? Um, or is it some other goal? That I need to know the goal. And so if you can just drop in the chat to let me know what the goal of this release party is, other than an announcement, because as you know, an announcement, it can be done over social media, you can run ads, right? But the goal for the release party itself, that's what I want to know. I want to know the point of the event. So that'll really help me out. Justin, what's up, my man? I just released my debut single, and it's getting really good feedback. Congratulations, man. That's good to hear. But I don't know the best way. Let's see. I don't know the best way for such a small scale fan base to best promote. Okay, that makes sense. Also, what's up? It's good to have you, man. Thanks for hopping on the stream. So yes, I'd love to help you with this. There's actually some really good videos on this channel about basically about small fan base marketing. So I have my channel, I have my video on the channel that talks about growing your email list from 0 to 600 fans in a month. And as a new artist and having a small fan base, I believe the email list is one of the best ways to communicate cheaply and basically free. Because you have to, running ads costs money. Getting people to show up in person obviously costs money, right? Because you have to market and get their butts in seats, which is obviously out of the question now. But mailing lists are the cheapest way to communicate with your fans. And so as a new artist with a small fan base, what I would do is, well, first of all, I would check out my video talking about the fan magnet, because that is really going to help build your mailing list. And secondly, I would make sure that you have a clear, content strategy to funnel people in to your mailing list. So that would just really quick. That would be defining what platforms you're going to post on regularly. So that could be Instagram, that could be YouTube, whatever's going to be your regular show, right? Showing up almost like a TV show. That's what the word that I'm deriving that from. So your content strategy, deciding where your show is going to be, where you're going to show up regularly, then having a fan magnet to attract people to your mailing list so that you could get that direct communication. That's all stuff I talk about on this channel, and there's some really great videos that definitely check out. They should be on the homepage of the Indie Music Academy YouTube channel. Check out the 30 Days of Action video series. That's really going to help. I think videos, oh man, there's no way I'm going to get this right. I think videos 15 and 16 of the series, well, they're not even numbered anyway, so just go off the title. Look for some videos on fan magnets and fan journey and stuff like that. That should really help you as an artist with a small fan base. So let me know if that helped. Thanks for the question, man. Survivor MacGyver, what's up, my man? Okay, let's see. We got another question. Perfect. We'll hit one more question, and then I'm going to remake my announcement. Actually, I'll make my announcement really quick, guys. Thanks so much for showing up to these live streams. And I just want to let you guys know that I do this all the time with my private group of musicians inside the indie growth community. And right now, the indie growth community doors are closed to new members, but I haven't told anyone this yet. The doors are going to be opening very soon, and I want to invite you guys onto the waiting list, because I'm going to do something really special just for the people who are on the mailing list. And so I'm going to paste the link to sign up in the chat. If you are already on my list, this is something different. So if you want to get notified about my private group about the indie growth community, this is where you need to sign up to get notified about that. So go ahead and do that. And with that, let's continue on with your questions. Here we go. All right, parodies. Hope I said that right. Parodies. I see what you did there. Okay. Hey, question. If a producer sells a beat that was formerly licensed to others, does the new owner receive the royalties from the former licenses? Oh boy. Okay. So I'm almost positive, this is a case where the contract is going to tell you exactly what happens. And so the thing that really bugs me about these online beat leasing companies and basically beat leasing individuals who are trying to be like those companies is that they may not even have the documentation to let you know what's supposed to happen. And there's no industry standard. There's no kind of hard, fast rule about this because, you have to look at the paperwork. It's like, what's the standard record deal? There is none, it's whatever is hidden in the contract you're bound to. So, for your question specifically, if the producer licensed this beat to some other artist in the past, and now you're the owner for life, well, it's kind of hard to undo all of the releases of these past artists, right? I mean, if they uploaded the track to Spotify, it's distributed, they slapped their lyrics on it, and it's out in the world. So my theory is that they meant for it to be, basically a clean slate would be the wrong word in this case, but basically starting over, right? Everything that happened before is just frozen. It exists. There's nothing we could do about it. And from here on out, consider yourself the sole licensee of it, right? You own it now. So you basically bought out all future prospects of that beat. So that's my guess. That's my educated guess on it. But you could be bound to a contract that says something else. I wouldn't know. So I hope that helps, man. Really does. Man, you guys are really on the questions right now. I'm falling super behind, so I'll try to pick up the pace. Let's see. Lance Vance. What's the best way to gain more followers on Spotify? I've seen decent results with Spotify ads, but they are too expensive. Preach, my man. Yes, ads are very expensive. So it depends on the type of ads that you're doing. Real quick, let me know in the chat how you set up your ads, because I'd be curious to know that and to know how much you're paying. But to answer your question quickly, gosh, man, if it was simple, everyone would be, super successful on Spotify, right? So it's a combination of a bunch of things, right? Running ads is super important. What is it called? Playlist marketing, right? Don't just go to anyone to do playlist promotion, okay? So really vet these people. I've heard so many times of people getting scammed on Instagram with someone wanting to promote them on playlists. So just be really careful, guys. But playlist promotion with the right company, right? Not some shady dude with an Instagram profile, but with an actual company can be really good. And then different from what I just said, different from finding a company, there are the playlisting websites like Playlist Push and Submit Hub and stuff like that, which could be really good on a smaller budget, but it's also just way more hit and miss. So you were along the right track with running ads, but here's the thing with ads, guys, just like what I said earlier with boosting posts, it really matters how you set these up, and it really matters the ecosystem surrounding these ads, because you're right, they're really expensive. So you have to make sure that you're accomplishing your goal. And like I say in all my videos, growth for the sake of growth is way too expensive to sustain. So let's hit up another question. Justin says he's been dropping at least one track a day on YouTube since the end of March, the 23rd. Wow, that's incredible, man. Yeah, way to use your time well, man. That's really good. Congratulations. Oh yeah, Sling hits back. I've been signed up with ASCAP, but my friends are telling me to go with BMI. I'm also about to start dropping music, so I want to know which is best. Okay, I see. Totally good question, man. So the answer to that is that there is no best with ASCAP and BMI. They're both regulated by the U.S. government. They can't just go on and make their stuff up. There's law that determines how much royalty they're going to pay out in certain circumstances. So you're fine, man. You're fine with ASCAP. It's literally a matter of payment structure when you sign up. So BMI is free. But if you want to get their full service as signing up as a publisher, it's like $250, which is so expensive. And then ASCAP is not free. You have to pay, I think, $50 if it's still the same to sign up as an artist. But to sign up as a publisher as well, it's just an additional $50. So you're actually saving money at the end of the day with ASCAP. So they both register songs the same. They both collect everything the same. It's literally two sides of the same coin, man. So I would not worry about it. Like your friends, are also trying to look out for you. I get that. So it's fine. I'm a BMI artist, so that's why all of my content has to do with BMI. But I'm not trying to say that BMI is better. I don't think I've said that. So hope that helps, man. Oh yeah, Justin says that he's boosted posts. Yeah, man. So boosting posts is basically a visibility, like a pay for visibility button. And so what you're basically doing is paying the slot machine of Facebook and Instagram just to get more likes and engagement. But that's never ever going to take people off of the platform. So boosting posts is really good in a very small set of circumstances, but when we're talking about like our full marketing stack here, boosting posts won't cut it for the long term. So yes, we boost posts all the time. Nice. Yeah. So that's good. Basically retargeting, making your page more active, and of course playing the whole Facebook game, right? Like 3 years ago or whatever it was, they turned organic visibility pretty much all the way off, turned the tap down on that, so that pages only get like 3 to 6% visibility. So boosting a post is basically winding the clock back to better days when people actually saw your posts. So it's totally fine to do that. I just wouldn't call it the same as a Facebook ads strategy. Boosting posts is a different category to me. What's up, Hasan? Good to see you back. 3 streams in a row, my man. Hope you're doing well. What's up? Is that Sel Wonk? Sel Wonk. What's up, man? Hope I got your name right. Here we go. Here's a good question. How to make ads with a very low budget. Is it a music video? Oh, that's a really good question. So great question. So low budget ads are basically like a $5 a day video view would probably be the cheapest to do. So what I found is that like a produced like a glossy, like studio quality music video usually doesn't do very well as an ad, because it being so high in production value, it just screams like, I'm an ad. And so making it look way more organic, even filming it with a cell phone or doing something so that it's, it looks like it belongs in the feed, it would be a way better way to go about it. And then running a $5 a day video view ad with some solid targeting would be the way to go. So hopefully that gets you started. And of course, if you join the indie growth community, I can help you directly. So there's that pitch one more time. Join the waiting list, the indie growth coaching community. Right now, the doors are not open, but you can sign up for the waiting list, and I am going to do something very special in the next coming days, and I won't want you to miss it. So I just dropped that link in the chat one more time. Okay, let me get a drink of water real quick, guys. Okay. Great questions, by the way. I love all of the detailed questions that we're getting. You guys are really doing some good stuff, I can tell. Sam So, how's it going? Can you explain copyright? Do you need to copyright beats when sending out for placements? Won't that interfere when the artist uploads the release? Yeah, so that's a really good question. you can, I'm trying to think back to the copyright guide that I wrote. It's been a while. It's been like 2 years, I think, since I wrote that. So here's the rule of thumb for copyright. You want to copyright the song in its final form. However, if the beat is in its final form and it's never going to be changed, you know, it's a piece of art on its own, then you can copyright that. Okay, so that's kind of like, rule number one. If you have a beat and then you plan to add lyrics to it later, I wouldn't copyright that unless if the beat is a work of art on its own, and then when lyrics are added, it's going to be a derivative work, which is completely different than the marriage of beat and lyric, right? Because the marriage of beat and lyric creates song. And so you would copyright that song. So unless in the rare case that the beat is completely, on its own, just a finished work of art, and then, anything that's added later would be called the derivative work, that would be a case where you can copyright that beat. But other than that, make sure you're just copyrighting the completely finished work of art. And so as a producer, as a beat maker, just because you're going to sell or lease or collaborate with an artist doesn't mean the beat is actually copyrightable yet. You could, but it'd be a waste of money because it's not in its final form yet, and it's not going to go out into the world into its unfinished form, if that makes sense. So I hope that helps. Justin asks, have you worked with BeatStars at all? I have not, unfortunately. Sorry about that. I can't really speak to it. Let's see. It looks like you guys are talking to each other. That is awesome. Running BeatStars ads on my song, $10 a day. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, I've never worked with that, never experienced that. So, but like I said, probably in the first 5 minutes of this video, the platforms don't matter. If you have the audience, if you have the budget, and you have the overall marketing plan in place that's going to lead them along your fan journey, then the platform doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's BeatStars or Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. They're just tools. So, yeah, man, props to you for setting that up, man. It's cool. Okay, so Hasan has got a question. If I put out some songs across multiple platforms, how do I check on each platform if they're successfully up there by not paying for each of them? I've read sometimes that distributors are not accurate. So you want to do, yeah, honestly, man, I wouldn't waste my time with that. I would, I'd call that just like a distributor audit, where if your sole purpose was like to out them for like fraud or something, then I would do that. But I feel like you have better use of your time, man. And so just pick a reputable distributor, and really, what is it, like 90% of streaming happens on Spotify, Apple Music, what are the other big? Oh yeah, Amazon. and then forget about the rest. I mean, unless if you really care about overseas streaming right now, which you shouldn't, because I remember from an earlier stream that you're just starting out. So yeah, man, just hit the main platforms, and most distributors do reliably. So that's what I would worry about, man. Sorry to derail your question, but I figured it'd be better to course correct than to actually answer your question. Sorry, that sounds terrible, but yeah, I hope that helps, man. Truly, I hope it does. All right, let's see. Nice, you guys are chopping it up. That's really good to see. Sweet, sweet. All right, Slang D's back. If you sign up with ASCAP or BMI, how does that payout work with DistroKid or TuneCore? Would they conflict with each other? No, they actually don't. And that's the perfect question for me to go to my own YouTube channel and paste a link, because I answer that exact question in a video. like beautifully. It's all scripted and perfect. So I could probably do you better by just posting that link of all of the points that I lay out for you, instead of kind of reviewing it right now. So it's actually one of my most viewed videos ever. So you'll enjoy it because it's really well done, succinct. So I'm going to get the link right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Check out that video. That link is for you, man. So I hope that helps. Hasan, man, is the private group free to join? You're like one step ahead of me every step of the way. So here's the thing. I have something special coming. That's all I could say right now. The private group is not free to join. It's a premium VIP coaching masterclass group, okay? Where every month there's a brand new cutting edge training. I dive in and make custom videos for all of the members. I answer their questions just like this, except we have face-to-face conversations. And I take them along my process of building a fan journey. So everything that you've been hearing about on the YouTube channel, I work with these artists to build their fan journey for themselves, including the fan magnets, including setting up ads, including basically everything that is involved. If you guys have checked out the fan journey cheat sheet, that is the only way to get the full structure of the fan journey without joining this group. So if you join this group, I will help you do it directly. And so to answer, I will let you know exactly what that special offer is going to be. I can't say it publicly right now, but that's all I can say. So thanks for asking, man. All right, let's see. Back to your questions. I'm seeing, let's see, I'm seeing what I think are partial questions. So I might just call out some of you guys to maybe retype some stuff just in case if I missed some of it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, the feed just kind of refreshed in a really weird way. Okay, guys, I'm back. So here we go. Next question. Okay. So oh, it's not directed to me. Sorry, guys. I'm reading like your guys' conversation. Okay, here's the next question from Hasan again. Could you bounce off as many ideas as you got about the different types of content we can make across YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, based on the Gary Vee level of quantity of content to grow organically? Man, that's a loaded question, man, because it really has to do with your output capacity, man. So, like, if you can do a YouTube video a day, like, do a YouTube video a day. You know, most people can't. You know, I tried. I got through like half a month and then I had to take a break. So, Gary Vee, his grind level is like over 9,000. But, what I say is just kind of set up a pace that you can do long term because that's going to win every time. So, across all of the different social media types, yeah, man, like probably the best thing that you can do is just try to make content that's true to yourself, that, like I said in the last stream, that hits search. That's really huge. Check out my course, How to Rank on Google and YouTube to Grow Your Brand. That's over in the Indie Music Academy store. So if you guys want to check that out, that's a course specifically on that. And then lastly, using or recycling pieces of content and chopping it up for social media, I think is a great strategy, but that also takes time. So if your goal is to make a video a day and you're already like spent, there's no way that you're going to chop up that content without a team. So just realize that Gary Vee has a team and you don't. So your content strategy is not going to be the same. And that's probably the simplest way I could put it. But I hope that helps, man. Yeah, you plan on making one song a week and then plan on recording yourself. Yeah, man, if you can do it, do it, man. Nothing is stopping you except the 24 hours in the day. So what's up, Viana? My question is for DistroKid. I noticed people get approved quickly for Spotify and iTunes, but other programs like Instagram, TikTok, Tidal, why does it take longer? So I'm assuming that by approved, you mean like it hits the stores, right? And so that's just because Spotify and iTunes have been around longer. And they, like, each distributor has a direct relationship with the streaming platform. And so because Spotify and Apple Music are, the most widely used, they probably have the most intake capacity. And so, I just remembered something about DistroKid too, is if you're on the basic plan, you don't actually set a release date. So what is normally not a problem for people on other distributors like myself on AWOL, where I could set a release date like 40 days in advance or something ridiculous. They'll all hit the distributors at different times, or sorry, not the distributors. They'll all hit the streaming platforms at different times, but the release date is synced if you are able to set one up. With DistroKid on their basic plan, the $20 a year plan, I don't think they offer a release date on that plan. And so you will see, the lead time variation between the different streaming platforms. So that's normal. That just has to do with how these businesses are set up, how robust they are, how much staff they have. So unfortunately, you get to see that on DistroKid, and it's not totally professional. But the good thing is that Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon is like 90% of all streamers anyways. So it's not really that big of a deal. It depends on how in control you want to be of your experience. We got another great question. 5 things to look out for when negotiating splits when renting a venue. There's a really great blog post on the Indie Music Academy that I should link to you about that, man. Let me get that really quick. If you guys don't check out the Indie Music Academy blog, man, you're missing out, because there's some great stuff that goes really in depth. And here you go. So the title of this blog post is called How to Book a Tour, but there is a section in there on basically contracts for venues, which is the section you want to check out. And that will probably more than answer your question as well. But let me know if you have any more. I'd love to answer them. So real quick, guys, can you do me a favor and let me know, because this is interactive. It's not just me pouring one way. I want to hear from you guys too. Let me know if you guys have joined the waiting list for the Indie Growth Community, B, have purchased any Indie Music Academy product of any kind. No guilt if you haven't. I just want to know. Or C, are on the mailing list. I want to know those 3 things. So have you signed up for the waiting list for the Indie Growth Community? 2, have you purchased any product from the Indie Music Academy? Any at all. It's okay. Once again, no judgment at all. And 3, are you on the mailing list? Nice. Thank you. That's what I like to see. The reason why I ask is because the mailing list, the welcome email in the mailing list, this is a little behind the scenes stuff, is a free course. Okay, so I don't say that very often. It's kind of, I guess, a secret. It's supposed to be a secret for subscribers only. But I figured I might as well just tell you guys, because we've been hanging out for an hour every Friday for the last 3 weeks. So awesome. Justin's on the mailing list. Yes, so Kindy just joined. Slang, so glad. That's so helpful, man. Yeah. Dude, I knew that video would be your ticket. Yeah, dude. A lot of people have been commenting that it's hit the spot as far as the whole BMI ASCAP question. So that's good. Lance on the mailing list and about to purchase. Thanks, man, dude. You're gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be so helpful, and of course, I'm here to help you every step of the way. So, Justin on the mailing list. Danny Ray just signed up. Awesome, man. Appreciate it. There's so much value in the beginning of not just the welcome sequence, but the next like 3-4 emails. It's all videos of me teaching you about the music industry, how to market properly, how to set up your career from the ground up, right? So it's very basic things that artists miss nowadays. They get all caught up in the weeds, but the foundation isn't set. And that's what the mailing list is all about. That's what I try to give you in the beginning there. Awesome. Just joined the waiting list. So glad. So once again, I know I've said this a million times. I got something really special for everyone on the indie growth community waiting list. So that is separate. I do keep everything separate. So signing up for one doesn't automatically, subscribe to the other. But I highly recommend getting on the indie growth community waiting list because something is coming. I can't say what it is right now, but I do want to tease it because I'm that excited about it. So. Getting back to your questions, guys. Getting back. Okay, so I really want to answer this question, but I need a little more backstory. So, the wave. You said I just need to learn how to target better as a rapper. Let me know what you mean by target. Are you talking about targeting with Facebook ads? Are you talking about something else? Or was that directed to someone other than me? Just let me know, because we can dive into that if that is a question. Dickerson says a true music teacher. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Hasan says he's going to go with Ditto. Yeah, that's solid. That's solid. They also have a small but effective marketing department, which does cost extra money, of course, but it's always good to have that kind of in your back pocket if you need marketing professionals to just jump in per project. I think it's like starts at $500 or something like that. So. Yeah, I just want to echo that message to you, Justin. Yeah, whatever your content strategy, start from your Instagram, Facebook Live, video content, whatever it might be. Setting up a fan magnet, like I teach on the channel, have a video specific to that. And yeah, funnel them somewhere. Funnel them somewhere where you can get a reliable communication stream going. And like I say all the time, I can't think of a better one than an email list. But I have gotten some really interesting comments from you guys saying that you're actually starting to build lists in WhatsApp, which is really cool as well. Basically, anything that gets you reliable communication would be excellent. And then another really great one is building a list on Facebook Messenger, which is a thing that you can do now. And you can actually run ads through that too. So another fine option for building a list of fans where you can reliably connect and communicate with them. We got another copywriting question here in the chat. Oh, before we hit that, let's see. I just want to make sure I'm not skipping. I know you guys are talking to each other. So I'll just say a quick comment on this. You can stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. You just need streaming software like Wirecast to do that, which is quite expensive. But there are other options. But the software will do that. It'll send the signal to both stream keys. Okay, Hasan says, I'm concerned about my lyrics being copied. but I don't nearly have enough money to copyright every one of them. And my quantity of songs is going to be high, as I mentioned earlier. How do I go around this? I understand copywriting only the final song. Do you think it's worth even to bother? That's a really good question, man. So, I don't even bother copywriting songs as individual songs, because what you can do is you can copyright something called a collection, and then you file, I can't remember the name of the form off the top of my head, but you file an additional form to itemize that collection. And that's a workaround. So instead of paying like, what is it, $35 to copyright every song, what you do is you wait till you have 20 songs released, or, don't even release them. Just wait till you have 30 songs written, then form a collection, copyright the collection, and then pay the small extra fee to itemize it in their system. And that's the best workaround that I've discovered. And it's, yeah, that's how I would do it. Instead of paying hundreds of dollars to copyright your stuff, you're paying like 60. So that's what I would do. I like that. If you're nice, expect people to bite your style. Yeah, I mean, what really matters is the fan base that you have, right? People can steal your songs all day long, but if you have the fans, you have the power, right? Rooney Rhonda says, I'm listening. I'm going to have my daughter sign up, but she's working full time and is a new hip hop artist. Love your content. Thanks so much. Appreciate that. Jimmy says he's on the mailing list. Excellent. Rooney Rhonda says, can you copyright videos? You can, but I wouldn't bother copywriting content like regular video content. And I wouldn't bother copywriting anything that was uploaded to YouTube, because it's probably owned by Google at the end of the day as soon as you hit upload. So, but if you're thinking of like a film or a music video, you can technically copyright those. Slang D says, thanks, Ryan. You're a big help, bro. You got a sub for life. Gotta run. Hey, man. Thanks for hopping on. I really appreciate it. Hey, Hasan. Thanks so much for reposting your question. Yeah, I try my best not to miss. So he says, the private group about a female vocalist. Let me try to scroll up and find your original. Here we go. How do I get a female vocalist long term? I plan on people asking my university wants to start putting out songs, show body of work. Any other ways? Prefer to have someone. So what I would do is I would go to soundbetter.com and find a professional female vocalist that could sing on your track. I'm a Sound Better producer. I guess technically am promoting the site that I work off of, but it's a great site as well. So I'm not unbiased, but it's a really great site. I suggest going to Sound Better and hiring a professional female vocalist. There's so many great options. And of course, if you need production or mixing and mastering, you can come to me as well. I am one of the top producers on the platform. Hashtag humble brag. Awesome. Looks like a lot of you guys are signing up. I'm really glad that you are. So, and it means a lot to me too. I know you're going to get a lot of value out of that welcome email. So, here we go. Jardy Jet says, what's the best site to get the most Publicity for promoting music. Are you talking about like solely organic publicity? Because if you are, I just want to make sure that I'm going to answer the correct question. So hit back in the chat really quick if you're talking about organic publicity. If you're talking about ads, there's a clear answer in my mind that I'll let you know. But if it's organic, that's a completely different answer. Mickey Shallow's on there, and she is dope. Yeah, Sound Better, I think you're talking about. Yeah, great website, man. They just got bought by Spotify, which has been amazing. Can't think of a better company to buy Sound Better. So that is, yeah, honestly, it's the only platform I recommend. Forget Fiverr. Gotcha. If I can't hire, that's the concern. I'm willing to share any royalties though. So in that case, man, you have to show that you're able to make it worthwhile. So if you don't have money to hire a professional musician for your songs, right, for your services, then you have to show that the back end is going to be equal or worthy of the work that they're going to do, right? So for example, if someone with 20 Instagram followers, no email list, no YouTube subscribers was like, hey Ryan, I want you to produce this song for me, don't worry, I'll give you 80% of the back end. Like, well, 80% of nothing is still nothing, or 100% of the back end is still nothing, right? So you have to show the growth. And actually, that sounds familiar. I think I just sent out an email like 2 days ago exactly about that. So you have to show the growth in order for people to want to mess with you. And so in the email, I was talking specifically about booking shows and about venue owners and showing the growth of your career to get better venues to book you. But that also goes for collabs, because people want to collab, on the same level, right? It's got to be equally yoked, where you guys are pulling the same weight. And no artist is going to have a good time if it's like a favor that they didn't sign up for, So that's kind of the hard truth that I have to just slam down there. It's like, if you don't have money, well, the one thing that you can do is you can grow your fan base, right? You can follow the steps on this channel to go from 0 to 600 subscribers in a month, right? I did not expect those results, but I did it, and I was expecting to make like a much less hypey video, but the results speak for themselves. By the end of the test, there were 600 new subscribers. And so there's honestly, with the right strategies and the right tactics and the right help, there's no excuse not to have a fan base today in 2020. So I think that's the most hardcore I'll get today. So I hope that helps. The best way to get organic publicity I'd say it's a two-step process. This is something I started to outline on the channel, but this is something that is a lot more in depth. But I think it's important enough where I'll go into it a little bit right now. So, oh yes, and I'll repost that sign-up link right now. This is for the Indie Growth Community waiting list. So what I would do, Jardy, is this two-step process. And you have to set the narrative yourself, unfortunately. So what that means is, if you're trying to get reposts and blog features and basically trying to tap into other people's audiences and networks, well, the first thing you're going to have to do is, well, you're going to have to start writing blogs about yourself, right? Because bloggers and journalists in general who would feature and who would repost, especially sites like Pitchfork and stuff like that, they have a lot on their plate. They don't want to do an exhaustive research on someone who they've never heard of before. So what you need to start doing is blogging about yourself first. And that could look like a few things. They could look like building your EPK, simple as that, right? EPK has images, has an artist bio, has your streamable song links, it has your lyrics, basically it's, it's like a blog post in pieces, right? Without any narrative, but all the stuff is there. So, I mean, step 0, build your EPK. Lots of videos on this channel about that. I think most of you have seen them. Second is actually write a real blog, because the first thing that bloggers can do is repost. They love reposting. Almost everything I see on BuzzFeed is like a repost of something else. And so if you have a completely written article about yourself, about your song release, about whatever it might be, you can pitch that. And that, like, having that asset in written form, you'd be surprised how many artists don't even have that. They don't have an EPK. They don't have their own first blog post that they've written themselves. And they expect a whole bunch of people to, I guess, pull things out of thin air. And sorry, I might sound like I'm getting a little angry, but it's just intensity, I promise. And so that's what I would do first, is be the one to set the example for what you want everyone else to do. So if you want to get features, you want to get organic reposts, stuff like that, you want to tap into other people's fan bases, even if that's on YouTube. If you want your song to be reposted on YouTube by someone who has a larger audience, well, the first step is to make your own YouTube channel worthwhile. So I hope that was a valuable answer, and I hope that kind of sets you up to go along the right path. All right, we got a few more minutes. I don't mind going over. I think last week we went over like 15 minutes from the hour. So I'll do, I think, 2 or 3 more questions just to make sure that you guys get everything out. So no rush whatsoever. Let's see. With copywriting a collection, do you know the form to separate those songs in the collection? I can't remember right now. I have before I was regularly creating content and regularly blogging, I had a Google Drive of basically, like how to not forget what you just did documents, So if I can dig that up, and I'll have to find my cheat sheet to give you that answer. So, but I'll add that to my to-do list. If I can't find it, I'll try to just figure it out over for you at some point. I think I originally discovered that process just through like Googling and searching a ton on the US, copyright.gov website, whatever it might be now. So I would go with that because I just can't remember the name of the form right now. Kendi says, what's the best way to get YouTube subscribers for an artist? Ah, yes. Perfect lead in. Thank you. No, I'm just joking. So I do have a course called How to Rank Your Content on YouTube and Google, which is the course that tells you how to do that. Basically, in a nutshell, the best way to grow a YouTube channel for a small YouTuber is to hit the search results. Okay. And there's no better, there's no better opportunity to hit the search results than being a musician, because we have this built-in way to automatically create the perfect kind of content that is going to A, be needed and wanted, B, easy to search, and C, going to lead to subscribers and going to lead to real fans. And so I'm not going to keep that secret from you. I'm going to tell it to you right now. Cover songs. If you can get a cover song in search, then you're golden, because cover songs come out, right? The artist releases the song. There's a window of opportunity where people are actively searching for the song. They want to hear the original. And there's also people who have heard the original. They want to hear alternate versions. And if there's a great thumbnail, if you do something interesting in that cover, there's even the potential for someone to skip over the original artist and be like, what the heck is that? I'm going to click on it. And there you have your views, because you landed in the search. So that's what that course is about. It's called How to Rank, like rank in the search results on Google and YouTube to grow your music brand. So that is in the Indie Music Academy store. It's available right now if that is something that you want to learn deeply and invest in, because that is a skill. Honestly, it's a skill that keeps on giving for this YouTube channel. It's a skill that keeps on giving when it comes to writing blog posts, just like what we talked about earlier, trying to get blog features. You got to write your own blog post first. So if you plan on doing that, or even, I know some of you guys are producers, you're trying to start your own business. How do you think you're going to be found online? You got to get in the search in the beginning. So then after you have a lot of search results, you start to build things on YouTube like watch time. You start to get more comments. You start to activate the YouTube algorithm a little bit more. And so then you start to bust into these other algorithmic areas of growth. But it all starts, especially as a small YouTuber, it all starts with search and landing in the search results. So I will, just for your convenience, link the Indie Music Academy store for you guys right here. But yeah, check out that course if you want to learn more about how to rank. The gift that keeps on giving, literally. Yeah, you do the work once and then fans come every single day. So sounds like a win to me. All right. I will do 2 more questions, and then I think we're going to call it, if that's okay with you guys. But of course, it doesn't end here. I still have the Indie Growth Community, which is my VIP membership. And I want you guys all to get on the wait list just so you could hear about the really special thing that I have coming. It's a super special offer that I actually can't say because, yeah, I just can't. Trust me. So you guys have already signed up for that. If you just popped in really quick and you haven't gotten on the waiting list, I'll drop the link one more time. And yeah, just thanks so much for signing up to the regular mailing list as well, because in the welcome email, I'll give you so much training. I think the next 4 emails that come after that, of course, they're all automated, but automation or not, there's some great videos that I'm going to be sending your way just in that welcome sequence. And then, of course, it wouldn't be me if I didn't send you a special offer as well. So I really appreciate you guys doing that and just taking that next step with me and just helping with our communication, because I want this to continue. So it's been good. All right, a couple more questions. Last chance to drop them in the chat. Any of your burning questions, go ahead and drop them in. We are going to say, I'm trying to figure out if this is one question. Hasan. Okay, he's got 2 questions. I'll treat them as one. Here we go. Should I register with my local PRO from the get-go? Yeah, go ahead and do that, because it might take a while for you to propagate their system. So go ahead, do your local PRO. They most likely have agreements with all the foreign PROs, including the PROs in America. You're saying make your own blogs and then ask blogs to feature. Yeah, so basically what I'm saying is do the work. Create your dream blog post, and then you're basically coming to someone with the work done, and you're making their job super easy. The only reason they turn you down is if you're not attractive enough as an artist, or your pitch isn't good enough, right? It's about selling, guys. That's what I teach in my course, How to Build a Profitable Music Career from Scratch. You got to sell yourself. A lot of artists are afraid to learn sales, but I try to teach in a way that's not very salesy. You don't feel dirty or anything like that. But yeah, you got to learn how to sell yourself, and you have to show the growth, like I've said multiple times. So if you can show your fan base growing, if you can show that you're doing all the work for them, if you can craft a really enticing pitch where they're just like, whoa, all right, I mean, why not? Like, let's see what happens. Like, you'd be surprised. So, like, that's how I've gotten all of my articles written. They need to write. They need content. What they don't want is a bunch of barriers and to have to do a bunch of research. So, hope that helps. And then, looks like this will be the last question, unless if anyone's got anything else. Let's see. Do you think a contextual title? Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. So Hasan's asking, do you think contextual titles on YouTube or I guess anywhere. Let me know if it's YouTube specific, but I'm assuming YouTube are good, just to kind of help with views and traffic to get over a breakup song. Yeah, I think that's a totally good idea, but it really depends on your brand. What you can do, and what I see a lot of YouTubers do, is have a title of the video for launch and then change it later after you get that, initial boost of views. So I say that's a totally fine thing to do. It really depends on your branding at the end of the day. And if it's something that you find is working. If it is confusing, then you might want to stop. And that's something where you just would have to gauge on your own. I don't think there's like a hard or fast rule for that. So yeah. All right, guys. Hey, this has been super fun. Thanks so much. This was the most questions I think we've had from any stream. So thank you for putting your questions in the chat. And I've always had a blast. We're going to do this again next Friday. That's all I've had planned so far. I don't really plan these streams very far in advance, but I've been getting better. I think I emailed like 2 days ago about this one. So yeah, I will send out the link for the next stream on the mailing list. So yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys showing up and just engaging with me here. It's like a little community we're building. So it really makes me feel great. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week on the next one. Come with your questions. And if you guys just signed up for the Indie Growth Community waiting list, I will be in contact with you guys a lot sooner than next week with that special offer. So I'm super pumped for it. Oh, we got one more. All right. If it's like 5 seconds, we can do it if it's a question, or maybe you're talking about one more live stream. Let me know. But if I don't get a response by the time I sign off, I think I'm going to have to unplug. So MC, let me know. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for signing up to the mailing list. That's how I keep contact, with you guys the most in between YouTube videos. So I really appreciate that, you guys. Okay, sounds good. You'll DM me. Sounds good. Yeah, guys, I'll see you guys on the next stream. You guys have an amazing week, and I'll see you guys in the next video or in your inboxes, either or. Take care, and I'll talk to you guys soon.